This woman right here, who's now, I believe, 21, is Morgan Geyser. She's about to be released, even though the judge says she still presents a threat to the public, even though she's a small 21-year-old woman. And the judge says this woman is that crazy. If you don't know the story about the Slender Man stabbings, my, oh my, is it something else. Sabrina and I both watched this. I think we watched like a docuseries or a movie or something about it.
Dove right into that bad boy.
And
I did not. I have no idea what Slender Man's about. I know we've talked about it at length.
When the story broke, it was very clear that these two girls were monsters. But one was way more psycho than the other one. One of them was way more crazy and was the leader of this attack on their friend.
One was definition sheep gives into peer pressure. And one peer just was really good at the pressuring.
Yes, and this is Morgan Geyser. She is the one who was the leader of this whole thing. Celine, do you even know what Slender Man is? Do we have to start there, or do you know what
Isn't
that
it
is?
like a meme culture kind of thing? It was like an online... Was it like a scary story that you would tell people?
But then people would make their own stories, and that turned into an entire internet folklore.
But it was never a real person.
No, it was creepypasta is what they call it. And it was the story of the Slender Man, a very tall, skinny man. And these girls were obsessed with Slender Man. There was 3 friends, all right? And one of them, Morgan Geyser, the one who is going to be released, she was the leader of this. And she was going to play a game of hide and seek with this young friend of hers. And here's the rundown of the events here. It says the stabbing took place. This is from the Slender Man stabbing wiki very quickly. Took place on May 31st, 2014 during a game of hide and seek in a heavily wooded Davids Park near Waukesha, Wisconsin. The perpetrators, Anissa Wire and Morgan Geyser, pinned down their friend. This is this Peyton Isabella Leutner, and they called her Bella at the time. They stabbed her 19 times in the arms, the legs, the torso with a 5-inch long blade. 2 wounds were to major organs. 1 stab wound missed an artery by less than, Celine, a millimeter.
That's
Whoa.
insane.
Within a millimeter.
That had to have been the knife basically just by force pushing the artery over.
I think so. It's that close. Another went through her diaphragm, cutting her liver and stomach.
Survived.
After the attack, Wire and Geyser told her to lie down while they found help. They did not find help. They did not even try to find help for this girl. This Morgan Geyser, and her friend decided to instead go to some store nearby where they found her. The young girl dragged herself to a nearby road where she was found by a cyclist who called 911. That was the original story for this. And now this woman at 21 is being released, even though they say she's a danger to the public, a threat to the public. Here's ABC News talking about her release here.
To the case of a brutal crime committed by 2 girls claiming they wanted to appease a fictional character named Slender Man.
A major decision in the infamous Slender Man case in Wisconsin.
I tackled her and I stabbed her.
After spending nearly half her life in a mental health facility, a judge and panel of doctors have agreed to release Morgan Geyser, who was...
It's so crazy to think she was 12 years old when they did this. She was 12 when this all went down.
And you wonder, though, like, had you not had any influence or read this up on the internet, would they have done an act similar to this down the road?
I think the Morgan girl would have. I think
How is she free?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll tell us more. Let's see what else they say in this report.
The mastermind of a gruesome stabbing that nearly killed one of her best friends.
Why would you hurt your only friend?
It was necessary.
It was necessary.
Morgan and Anissa Weir
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Celine, you do got to watch it, because now I'm just remembering, like, all of that footage of her in the interrogation was just, it was like a robot. It was like she was possessed by something.
Am I going too far in saying she's evil? She came off as evil to me. She
sounds evil. It was necessary?
It's a
yes.
temp
Who
evil.
says that?
I expected to either get put in prison or an insane asylum. I didn't know what to expect.
The pair said they were trying to appease the fictional character Slender Man, who has appeared in video games and literature, to prevent him from killing their families. Both girls were tried as adults. At trial, Morgan was diagnosed with childhood schizophrenia and was found not guilty by reason of mental defect.
So they both went to psychiatric places. The other girl who participated in this, Anissa Wire, she was released a while ago, and she's on like a monitored release at her parents' house. And now this is the ringleader, Morgan Geyser, who is also being released here.
Huh.
I worry when I hear it says she withdrew her first two petitions for release, and her second request was denied this past April. This was just in April, this past April. They found she presented a persistent threat to the public, and yet now she's out.
She was sentenced to 40 years in a mental health facility.
Wow.
A decade later, a new push to release her. Prosecutors fighting back.
Most people are not capable of taking a knife and plunging it into someone else. One time, Morgan, as we know, did it 19 times.
But yesterday, a judge ruling Morgan has responded to treatment and medication and is no longer a threat to herself or others.
All right, this judge saying nope, she's responded to the medication and she's out on the streets now. I mean, she was 12, so what are you going to do? Are you going to keep that person behind bars for the rest of their life?
She got 40 years.
Yeah.
But served what?
Served 9. Served 9 of them. Sunset John with a good question over on YouTube. He says, did the girl that got stabbed long ago live? Yes, she did. There was like a miracle.
Did she have any say in this?
I don't know if she was. I could imagine that she wouldn't be thrilled, but it's interesting because they did this at 12. So you want to go, she was a kid, a troubled kid, but maybe troubled kids can change. It's a very, very tough one.
I don't know. Maybe after 2 stabs, not 19.
Yeah, that's dark stuff.
What
do you think? Let us know. Should she have been released from the psychiatric hospital, or was that not enough time for the ringleader of the Slender Man attack?